Welcome back. Now let us learn about the file handling. And the file here could be anything like text file, comma separated file, semicolon separated file, or anyway. And since in the practically in any project we will be working with a comma separated file, and the Panda has been designed, or it has been made a perfection to work with a comma separated file. So let us start learning the Panda. And at line 248 is the way to import the Panda, and in the short form industry it is known as PD. And so let's import line 248, and 249 we are importing the operating system library so that we can change the working directory. Line 250 we are importing the numpy. This is for all the array related and vector related. And after the Panda we are going to learn the numpy as well. Here we will use a few places, that is why we are importing in line 250. And this is the way to change the working directory. Since we are going to import the data file, so we need to place reference place, and that is why we need one working directory. So for me the working directory is this is under training Python basic, but you can have any directory and change this path as per your folder structure. So 252 is the working directory that it has been changed. And the few things like here you may not need to know in the beginning, but it is simply trying to change the few of the options for the Panda data frame, that it should display all the columns and it should all rows and so on. So it is simply some configuration. In the beginning it may not be that much necessary. Now we are reading the data. So if you see, when we say the dot means sibling, and data is the folder, and inside data there is MPG. So it is like this. So over here this is our working folder, and inside our working folder the sibling of this, we are working on this file, sibling of this is data folder. So inside the data folder we have the MPG file. So this is what it means. So line 261 is the reading the data folder, and 262, let us see the head of it, that is the first top 5 row. So this is what the data it looks like, you see. Okay, and generally I have seen as per the industry standard that heading is in the capital letter. If you see right now it is all in a different way. So here we are trying to change the heading to the capital letter. So how it has been done? There are few things which need to be learned. Map is the one of the function that says apply this function. This is upper to all these elements. And I had explained that in case of Python most of the functions are vectorized. So what is meaning of this? When you say apply this function, so it is on this vector. In this vector the meaning is that each and every element of this vector, and train.column is the column name of this data frame. So I'm just printing only this much. So see, this is all the column name. This is the column name, and when I run this 263, it has transformed all the column name to uppercase. And when I run the 264, you can see yes, it has been transformed. It has been case has been changed. Okay, case, this is the change. This is not, transform is not the right word. It is the simply case change. Transform I will explain sometime later. And if you see this origin is a categorical column. And what is the meaning of categorical column? I have already explained in the beginning. And this is another temporary variable response, or you can say dependent variable. It is useful in case of machine learning, and for basic Python it may not be that much useful, but it is useful for the machine learning. So simply we are defining a variable over here which will use in the future. Okay, so let us see the first view of the data. So data type is the, in this way you see it, line 270 is the data type. If you see that it has the sum, got, float, integer and all. In case of origin it is not able to decide it because it is a string. So we'll see how to work with it. 271 is the shape. Shape is that 392 row, 8 columns. and index is the index that start from 0 to the 392. So if this is excluding, it is 0 to 391. And how does index really looks like? If you see when you have taken the head, so if you see this one, this part, the very first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the index. Okay, 273 is the way to get basic information about data frame. That these are the column name, these are the count, and it is saying non-null. It means there is all the things are really there is no missing data. Okay. Now you saw that categorical column was type object, and in Panda, whatever the data type it does not understand, put the type of those columns as object. So we need to convert the type to the proper, because object we should not leave it to the object. And so we are going to learn how to convert. So these are the set of the data which are of type object, and apply. Apply what it does. Apply does that it apply on each of the column of this. Here we have only one column, but if this would have been a say 10 column or 5 column and so on, so it will apply for each of the column, and what it will apply, there is a temporary function that has been defined over here, and it is also known as a lambda. So this function has been defined, and here x is each of the column. So each of the column, the type being changed to category. So this is the way the type is being changed. So when I run it over here, 276, type has been changed. And then how can you verify? You run the line 270 again to see the data type. This time if you see, this origin has become category. Okay. Now let us see the basic summary of our data frame. So 279 is the basic summary. If you see, this is the one, let me make it as the biggest screen. So it is simply saying for all the numeric one, it has done the average, minimum, maximum, 25% quartile, 50% quartile, and so on. We have only one categorical. For each, it has given that there are 3 unique. The maximum or the topmost is American, its frequency count is 245, and so on. So this is what for the basic reading of data frame. So thanks for watching it. See you in the next one.